little bit. Apparently there was a boycott Tesla. I don't know why people are doing this, man. Now here's the thing. I didn't want to talk about it before. Somebody mentioned it. It has been on my mind. How many of these people are legit? How many of these protesters are legit? We already know Soros goes out of his way to finance certain things and have people. We already know Kamala Harris, was bussing people in. People even reported seeing on actor websites that they were hiring for certain events, but they wouldn't tell people what it was for. People speculated that it was for her rallies. Again, nothing solidified. No one came forth and said, I'm here getting paid. None of that happened. But you do have to think, are these people legit? Are these people actually legit? Let's watch a little bit of this.
We're boycotting Tesla.
I sold my Tesla. I traded it in for a Subaru, actually.
Shut up, Elon! Go home, Elon!
When you already have 300 billion, why do you need more?
Wake up! Fight back!
I have friends who are undocumented.
As a queer person, I've been affected by this. Elon is the biggest clown there is, so I decided to dress up as a clown today.
Elon Musk gonna make Cuba the 51st state.
Tech bro, you're gonna go.
The 51st state, man.
He tweets 200 times a day. The man is on ketamine and he's not well.
These two people are in bed together. They're doing it to everybody, not just to each other. They're doing it to everybody. We're all part of this. It's horrible.
They're gonna kill us.
You see what I mean? What person finds that picture, that AI picture of Elon and Trump, and looks at it and says, yep, I'm 40 and I'm taking this sign outside today to go stand in front of a Tesla dealership? Who does that? Who? It's crazy, man.
Us first, but you're next.
Fire Elon Musk and send him to Mars, where he belongs.
What's up, everybody? We're back with a new Channel 5 breaking news special. As many of you guys know, the Trump administration has kicked things off into high gear, issuing 73 executive orders in the first month of the new presidency.
Very important executive orders.
Some of the executive orders are not that controversial, like creating a task force to disrupt the synthetic opioid supply chain in China, a declassification of the FBI files on the assassinations of JFK and MLK, and limiting the federal government's ability to pressure social media companies into censoring their users.
It really is a slippery slope.
However, many of these executive orders are extremely polarizing and range from mass deportation orders to bans on paper straws to restoring the death penalty to preventing children from medically transitioning genders.
There are only two genders, male and female.
Based president. Let's move on. I want to see the actual protests, though. Although this is a great channel. I don't know if you guys know about this channel, right? Like, that's what it looks like. Oh, it's not even showing the full thing. Channel 5, I believe his name's Andrew Callahan. I might be getting that wrong, but he has a solid channel. Solid channel exposing just the nonsense of the world.
Elected him. He's not qualified. He's a racist.
We covered one last week in New York City, and by coup, they seem to be suggesting that by defunding federal agencies, shrinking the government, and appointing Trump loyalists to powerful positions, Trump and Elon are attempting to seize absolute power over the U.S. and create an autocracy.
It's a bloodless coup, so nobody thinks there's a coup going on.
He wants to be a king. People don't get it.
Yeah.
He wants to be a king.
He's acting like a king or wannabe dictator. I think it's pathetic.
We have a government where powers are supposed to be separated between equal branches.
Our democracy is being eroded from the inside by people we're not elected to be there.
Because what they're trying to create is an autocracy.
It's important to note that the unelected buzzword the protesters have attached to Elon is a shaky argument. Not only does the Constitution empower the president to appoint federal officials and cabinet members without a public vote, but Trump also campaigned with the explicit intention of appointing Elon to the head of Doge.
Take over, Elon. Just take over.
So those who voted for Trump, which is a majority of voters, also effectively voted for Elon. Anyways, while I was in New York City covering the Stop the Coup rally, there were similar protests breaking out on the West Coast. So I sent 2 correspondents into the field to check the temperature.
80-year-old women.
I just see to that point of what this guy just said. He said there was other protests breaking out in other places at the same time. You see what I mean? Like, that just seems so, I don't know. And again, it's the same type of thing where people are showing up, they're yelling and screaming, they have ridiculous signs, they're all in unison, and it's just, I don't know, man. Like I just saw Elizabeth Warren. I covered this the other week. Elizabeth Warren, she's walking to her car or she's walking into a building or something like that. And there's an independent journalist trying to ask her questions. And there's protesters with masks on running up to the protester and shoving signs in his face, elbowing him, moving him aside. It's like, why would a protester want to protect Elizabeth Warren? You know, how did the Democrats assemble such a big crowd of people in front of USAID or in front of the Department of Education just at the drop of a hat? How'd they do that so quickly? I know they have the ears of the public a lot of the time. You know, you can't say that they don't. They're politicians. They have to. Actually, they don't really have to talk to the people, but I'm sure they do. I'm being charitable. But it just seems so, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And dressed as butterflies on traffic medians? Yeah. And these chants aren't good.
In the city of Glendale, which is near Los Angeles, we had our friend Matt in the field.
What's up? We're here in Glendale, the Americana.
And at the Tesla showroom in Palo Alto, California, which is regarded to be the center of the Silicon Valley ecosystem, we have my homie Albie from San Francisco at a physical boycott of the Tesla showroom.
What's up, guys? My name's Albie. I'm Andrew's homie from Frisco, but I'm here at the Tesla showroom in Palo Alto.
There's a protest going on, protesting Elon Musk, Doge, Tesla.
Everybody's out here protesting Elon Musk, and yeah, so Channel 5 News.
Let's see what people think.
We are going to resist, and we're going to resist together, because nobody can tolerate this.
We will not tolerate a deporter-in-chief.
Enough was enough with the Sieg Heil, the heartfelt autistic salute. So 4 weeks ago, just me and a friend stood outside the service center in Burbank, and the next day there was 4 of us. Last week, we came here and there was 30, and then this week it's just exploding here and across the country. There was like almost 100 here today, and they're all everywhere. And it's just growing, and Tesla's stock is rapidly declining.
New numbers from Tesla show its annual EV sales declined for the first time in more than a decade.
The stock is crashing at the moment. You're watching it live. On the month, you're down at what, 23%? On the day, I think it's like 7 or 8% down. Oh, geez, now 8%, approaching 9% down.
The organizers of the
You know, seeing that chart just now, it's really hard to argue that Elon's doing this for the money. You know, it becomes the same thing that we saw with Trump, where it's, oh, he's in it for himself. He's taking all the money. And then look what's happening to his stock. Look what's happening to his image. Look what's happening with the death threats on Reddit and all these different places. You know, you can't keep making this argument. And again, I don't know what rational person tries to make this argument, but I know it does happen. I know it does happen because I won't say who, but one younger person, their father was saying something about Elon being a Nazi or something like that. And like, I know them. I'm close to these people. And I was like, wow. I'm like, that's really happening, huh? As for the Trump speech, it has not started yet from what I can see. I have it here. I didn't want to do ABC or anything like that because I have a feeling that they are going to cut out at certain parts.
Special government.
Okay, so they got a little bit going on. Let's see some stuff going on here. Here, I'm just gonna play a little minute of
Glendale
this.
boycott rally say it's more than just about Elon's political affiliation, and that Doge aside, he's genuinely mentally unfit to be running billion-dollar publicly traded companies.
This guy supposedly runs the Boring Company, Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, and he's tweeting 200 times a day and never sleeping and taking ketamine. He's just been radicalized. His politics have clearly shifted, and we've seen it happen with all our friends and loved ones. They go down the dark side, they go on QAnon, down the internet rabbit hole, and something just happens to them, and it's usually white dudes. Thank you. It's usually some white.
It's usually white dudes. I think we've heard enough from him. Let's jump over